Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you're buckling up, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And of course, if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing as you watch throughout the video, all right? So a couple of things to go over today when it comes to stocks, right? A couple of stocks to go over. P&L on the day, to be exact, 623.36, and boy, was it a roller coaster kind of a day. I didn't feel like this since August of 2022 with the swings that I saw today. Now, whilst they weren't as crazy as August, we still made a lot of money and lost a lot of money today. You know, if I had to guess, we probably retained about 25% of our profits. So we made somewhere around maybe 2K, 2,300, and are only walking away with 6. It's quite poor, really. It's not efficient. It's not great. So we're going to talk about today things that I could have done better, especially when it comes to the psychology, the emotions. Because, I was actually here yelling at my computer screen for the first time in months, which, is a little out of character for me. So buckle up, get your popcorn, and of course, before we jump into it, we got to talk about the thumbnail that you guys are looking at right now. We're bringing in something new to the comprehensive day trading course that we've created, Marcelo and I. Let's scroll down. For those of you who might be living under a rock, if you didn't know, I've dropped a course with my business partner and friend, Marcelo, Mighty Stocks. You guys can check him out, of course. So we've had a 40% sale, 40% discount going on in honor of March Madness, hence code Madness for 40% off. But today we're introducing MMU Silver. Right, so MMU Gold will be the standard package that you guys know and love. Let's come on down. All right, let's go past the curriculum and come on down here to becoming a member. Right, so the gold package down here, our original package, comes for a yearly subscription, which includes weekly trading lectures, the full course from A to Z, weekly live Q&As, archives from Marcelo and myself, watch lists and game plan, and of course low latency streaming. All right, so we're introducing MMU Silver today, which will essentially be the same thing but just for 3 months. And so it's priced at $597 with the 40% discount. If we're to scroll back up, with the 40% discount, it'll now be $357. $357 for full access for a quarter, right? For 3 months. So what do you get, within those 3 months? Let's think about this, right? Let's think about what we really get. All right. For those of you who want to be here and you're sure you want to be here, you can be here for the full year, which makes sense, right? Which a lot of you guys have already done. So for those of you who are on the fence, who are considering, hey, is this something I want to do? Let's not forget the value, of course, of the course itself, right? The course itself. Let's not forget the value of the intimacy of having priority when it comes to Marcelo and I, when it comes to questions and, these sessions where we go back and forth, really explaining things to you guys. And let's not forget the archives. Some people are charging $100 a month for archives, right? So imagine getting double the archives, double the video, for the same price or even less than when you look at the price, right? So $300, you're getting 2 archives every day from Marcelo and myself and everything else that comes with the course membership. Of course, the chat room and so forth, right? Where it goes down. So be sure to enroll in MMU Silver if you're looking for something where you're just trying to get let's say a closer look at the product. And of course, the time aspect is something to consider. You guys can cancel at any time, of course. You can always cancel, even for the yearly membership. You can cancel if you've traded with us for 3 months or a year and you say, you know what, I think I've gotten the full value out of what I needed here, and you don't want to resubscribe, of course, you can always cancel your membership, right? So feel free to check out MMU Silver or MMU Gold. MMU Gold, of course, is the cheaper version for the longer run, right? For those people who know that they want to be here and everybody else, feel free. All right, guys. So let's jump into the recap. I love this website so much. It looks so good. All right. Anyhow, so let's jump into the recap here. So we're down 176 on AM. You know, this is where the frustration started for me. Initially, I'm only down about 30 bucks on this stock in this cluster right here. Not much really happened. I come back from lunch. I have an early lunch around 12:30 today. And, I decide to do the dishes. This is where the day starts to trigger me. I start to get upset and frustrated. Throughout the morning today, I spoke a lot on the live stream how I missed a trade by looking away and how I got chopped out of a trade because the stock made a lower low and then squeezed up, which we'll talk about. So I was already feeling like, man, I was robbed is the feeling I'm getting. And I make a decision to wash the dishes after I'm done eating, being the good gentleman that I am. And I come back and I see, that this move happened. There was a halt. The stock moved up into a halt, dip, and rip. And it just rubbed me the wrong way to know that if I would have just chosen to wash the dishes later from what I ate, I could have been here for the resumption. And so, I told myself here, small size. I was supposed to size down a little bit more. I didn't. It's the frustration getting the better of me in the trade. And this is very unlike me. So I overcompensate here. I get a red trade. Then I realize, okay, you know what? Let's tone it down. Small size. We do see some decent trades, but it's not what they should have been. And ultimately, what's going to get us red is buying the pullback here. I really thought this thing would have done well. We got caught in a flush, essentially. I'm having a hard time remembering the price. I believe, let's see, we have lows. Yeah, I'm in around 1090, and it flushes me out. I get caught on one of these trades over here, and we really take like a 30-cent loss. Quite disappointing because it does bounce back up to 15 right here, but not before stopping me out and giving me a terrible loss. So AM was one of this type of stocks where if I'm here early and I understand the price action, I do very well because this thing, it was a matter of trusting it. There'll be some huge buyers, 20, 40,000 shares that would show up on the bids. The moment you see them, are you willing to buy in and give it a chance to just open up? And if you're quick about it, it gives 20, 30, 40, 50 cents numerous times on those opportunities. Goes up, comes down, big bid, goes up, comes back down, and so forth. So just, it's infuriating to know that all I needed was just more time with the stock to do very well. And would I have taken the same loss? Maybe, but it would have been after already being green, which is a huge difference. AZUL. This is going to be one of the stocks that I look away from in a key area. AZUL. Very strong, slightly higher float. It does well. It curls up here nicely. We get a sideways consolidation, and we start to get into this wedge, but we have some topping wicks. So initially the breakout here is a little choppy, but then it does go. We get a nice candle with a high of 78. It pulls back. I love to take the first two attempts at the lows, right? So we come down, right? We open up higher, we come down, we get our first low. We go up, we come down, we get our second low right here. And in the moment, pay attention to the time frame down here, 940, right? In the moment of this stock being here, I had the urge and the intentions to buy. I had the urge to buy right here, right in this low, right at 940, right? 940 is the time. And in the moment of me having that feeling and intuition, out of nowhere, UNCY, and it's maybe, well, my E-Trade is not open. I was going to say it's going to be better to look at it on E-Trade. But at 940, we rip and we get halted right here. I'm not sure why the time is not showing. This is the 1 minute chart after all. All right, okay, there we go. Yeah, 940. At 940, I look away because this stock is now getting halted up. And it cost me everything. It cost me the entirety of the trade on the other side. You know, opportunity will cost always. Time that we're spending looking at one stock is time that we're not spending looking at another. And that's what's going to happen to me here. And so I'm going to miss this big spike into the halt. And for good reasons. I'm already watching a stock that's fairly strong. So what I should have done better was follow my rules, which is, hey, only look at one stock at a time. That way I would have caught this entry, and it took off literally in the next moment from 60, 62, 64. Right here, it started to move. We get 68, 69, 70, 80. It goes to a high of about, I want to say 89, no, 94. And at the time, I'm using 1,800 share blocks. So even if I don't sell, let's say I'm in at 64, anywhere between 60, 64. Even if I don't sell at 89, 90, 94, if I'm in at 64 and out at 74, this trade and this area here alone gives us 180 for 10 cents. And 180 is a hell of a lot better than $13. You know, so very disappointing that I missed this move. And this is where, you know, things kind of got worse, is that I saw this bull flag here, felt like it was going to take off. I'm in at 93. It pulls back to a low of 89, well, 87 rather, chops me out, and then it goes without me. You know, and it's another nice candle. 604. 620. At this point, I said, you know what? I missed it. I botched the entire thing. I'm done. You know, 604, 620. And it does do a bit more of a slow grind here, but, you know, really nice, all things considered. We pull back on the 5, and then this continues. There's no reason I should not be well in the green on this stock. You know, this was textbook. Literally. From the chapters in the course. So it's important for us to follow our rules. Moving on, BLPH. We'll save the best for last. We'll come back to it. GNS adding to the gains today. Some really nice trading on this one for a breakdown and reclaim below this level here of 450. It comes down. This stock was a little spready, but it comes down. And right here, we're loading up a little bit of size, and we sell as the 1 minute candle makes the new high here for the bull flag, you know, into the move. Another pattern straight from the classes. All right. Going up, going up, going up. Take profits into the move. It does do a sharp pullback here. So we come back to a low 47. And from there, we do get a curl back to 72. So this one, you know, although it wasn't the best, it was all right. You know, it gave some opportunities, and we were able to capitalize. We'll get ready to show trades here for a cleaner chart. Yeah, I didn't touch it over here because I was paying attention to other stocks. We had a beautiful 3-bar play. And, you know, even a bit of a VWAP, you know, curl initially here. But what I didn't like was that we had a key daily level at 430, and it did not close above. And again, did not close above. So over here, I told myself, hey, unless it breaks over highs, I am not getting involved. And another beautiful, you know, when we look at this pullback here, it also pulls back. You know, we talk about this extensively in the chapters. It also pulls back at this high of day here, essentially. Does it overshoot the landing zone? Yeah, from 45, we get a low of 42, but basically the same price. And so if you're buying these lows confidently, you can essentially make some gains, you know, and it does go up nicely here. All right, so moving on. SFR. This is the last trade I took on the day. And at this point, I was green 690. You know, we were at our highs today. We're up about $820, $830. So, you know, this one was moving. I wasn't paying attention to it initially. It's on this flag, right? Huge move out of the halt. And I attempt the 1 minute candle to make the new high right here. So it opens up, green comes in on the tape, right? Let me see, what was the high? So we had high of 75. Was it there? Or am I looking at the wrong place? 70, 75, high of 70. No. Well, it might have been on this candle. Let's pull up the show trades. Okay, no, okay, it was over here. Yeah, it was over here. I thought it might have been on this green candle. So yeah, I'm in for the 1 minute candle to make the new high, and it gets stuff and immediately flushes down 10 cents. And then some, because we go from a high of 70 to a low of 50 and then a low of 41. So essentially this goes from 70 to 40. 30 cents. 30-cent drop. You know, sometimes it's all about timing. And again, I did see buyers coming in, is why I got long, but immediately followed by selling pressure. And then look at this. This is why, you know, again, frustrating day. To know that if I was, you know, let's say a little bit more fortunate to wait 1 more minute, I could have been buying, and this move was aggressive and fast. I could have been buying here and selling here, here, here. Or, you know, one in, one out, maybe selling here. Very beautiful move. And I saw it, I'm like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna shut down my computer because, you know, sometimes you get frustrated. But beautiful move, man. And you have to be aware of who you are and what takes you overboard. There's a line in the sand that I know I can never cross. Because if I do, you know, you can blow up. You can blow up your account. You can lose money more than you want, go past your max loss, all these things. So there's a line in the sand I do not cross. And you know, when I saw this go without me, I got frustrated. I'm like, you know what, man, I'm out of here. So that was SFR towards the end of the day. UNCY. This particular stock, we can look at, you know, let's look at how close the fine line is between being green. I tell you guys, man. We'll do some calculations on the math as well. Let's see, this is around 9:45 for resumption. 42. So in the middle of the screen, let's watch here. Okay, we got to come back a bit. So here we go. Resumption is coming up. We're halted at 148. All right. Look at the subtlety within my trading here. And you guys know, for those of you who are taking the class, once you do make it down to the edge, what is it, chapter 28, I believe, when we talk about the halts and go over the examples, right? Let's take a look at this. We open up, we go up a little bit, and it starts to pull back here. It's going to start to pull back. There's 42, 41. I'm about to go long right here, right now. And I'm trading this on the main screen down below in terms of the order entry window, the active trader window. So it says 1800 here, but on my main screen, which is basically, you know, if we come out, which is basically this screen, at this point in time, I'm down here and there's 3,000 shares selected in my quantity. I had that question a few days ago. So if you're watching on, you know, here you go, right? And I'm going to be long 3,000 shares here. There we go. There's the order. Beautiful entry, beautiful fill, but it's going to look like if it's going to go down, and it's going to drop down a little bit. So watch this. I'm in 41. Great entry. Boom. 38. Right here. My life is flashing before my eyes because I'm thinking, okay, now I'm going to take a loss and this is going to be flushing down to 30. You know, I'm selling instant. My mind is already selling right now. You just don't see the order yet because it takes, you know, a millisecond or whatever to process. I think this is going to go down 37, 36, 35, 34 into a halt down 33. So I'm selling, but it's so fast that it's already going to be curling here. Boom. But my mind cannot stop myself from selling because it's already processed. And there's the sell order. So I probably would have been selling at 35 for a loss of like 6 cents. You know, and this goes up so fast. Look at this. I'm going to get filled at 45 coming out. Isn't that something else? And there's the trade I'm looking for at 56 at Hive Day. You know, the fine line, guys. The trading is such a fine line. If you're watching to this point and you're a true relentless trader trying to understand the ins and outs of the patterns, the strategies, this trading style, be sure to type fine line down in the comment section. All the slackers, they've already clicked off this video. All the slackers, it's why I wait for the best for last, so that the real relentless traders watching throughout the video can get to see the really good stuff. And this is it. So I'll let it play out without pausing it here. All right. So here we go, resumption. Fine line, comment fine line down below. Fine line as you're studying up, watching. We resume, we go slightly higher, 55. It's feeling like it's not opening up, so we're waiting. There's the drop, I'm in, beautiful entry. Thought it was failing, and boom, there's the trade. So what's the math from 41 to 55? Even if you do the math to where I'm selling for just 10 cents, let's pull up the calculator here. How would Relentless Trader have done? We'll do it at 14 cents, 3,000 shares times 0.14, 420. Or with 9 cents of gains, if we had sold at 50 times 0.09, we would have made anywhere from 270 to 420. And so, when I say towards the end of the live stream, man, I feel like too much opportunity has came and went, and I'm not where I need to be. I'm going to ease it off, come back later, get that reset after lunchtime. This is what I mean, because there's this clock in my head that's in alignment with, actual time, reality. Man, Relentless, the stock has went from 1 to 3, and you're only green $50. Man, it's not good. You should have been green a little bit more than that. So you have no choice but to reduce size at this point, because it's almost inevitable that a losing trade will come and it'll wipe you out. You're down $300 on a day you should have been green 500, 1,000. So when I walk away with my gains, these are the things I'm thinking of. It all comes down to risk management as well. So of course, for those of you in MMU, you guys will have the full archive to watch at, right? And again, if you're interested in signing up for the silver plan, feel free to do so for full access for 3 months. All right, let's continue on with the live recap. Lastly, BLPH. We'll talk about the overtrading that I did over here, which Cirque Live in Discord we were talking about, or was it, it might have been both areas, actually. Man, tell you. Okay, let's get rid of the show trade so we can understand the patterns that were taking place. I got scalpy here, trying to buy the dip, but the dip never is going to bounce for red to green twice. So on our way up, we bounced nicely off this key daily level and we surge. This is exactly what we want to see. And in this incline is where we can do our best. We got bottoming wicks, small 3-bar play in here, quick 1 minute candle makes a new high, and we surge through 372 and we get to a high 417. And overall, it's a pretty smooth move. We add to the gains, I believe, $200. No, it's a little back and forth here. We make a total of 400 and we lose about half, right? In between the entirety of this move. Yeah, in between everything. But at this point, at the end of this, we're around 310. So we gave back 110, continuously trying to buy this, but being very scalpy. So, some days what I do, I'll be in, I'll say RT, you're going to hold this thing against VWAP with a tight stop. Do not sell unless it breaks down. Other days, I'll try to continue to buy lower, but in doing so, I'll lose 2 cents, 3 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents before you know you're down $100. Small size. So that's what happened here. And we gave back, and so after everything, we're up 200 after this area here, right? Today was also a day where I take losses, size down, and then see a lot of good winners with the small size, but taking the same exact kind of trades. It's just the luck of the draw that, we sized down, and on the trade on the low, we actually caught a great trade. On the breakout, we caught a great breakout. And the sequence was moving up so fast, we didn't have a chance to change our share size. So we got to do a better job utilizing our hotkeys as well. Getting too dialed in, not wanting to move my fingers off the keys. So instead of curling up here, we get an elongated red to green, which then turns into a huge ABCD. And there is a higher low over here. So we have lows and then higher low here. And so again, our ABCD is in full effect, right? Boom, boom, boom. This is what we're looking at. You have to visualize and see the patterns. All right. So over here, I do decent with only 300 shares. And I make about 25 cents over the break of 70 to the high of this candle. I do about 25 cents, which isn't bad. You know, we go from 72 to about 440. I could have done better. But, you know, sometimes you're out a little too soon on some of the scalp trades. And hindsight is 2020. You know, if I've known the move would have been this smooth, I'd have bought here and just hold and sell here. But, you know, I'm not sure where it's going to stop. It does hesitate at times. We see our baby pull back right here. But anyhow, it's 25 cents, 300 shares. It's not great. If I'm using 1,800, 2,500, 3K, 25 cents is you know, instead of making $80, we're up, you know, 400 or 500. It's a huge difference. So that happens, and then we get this massive false breakout here. I do capture this trade, 800 shares, flawlessly. This is probably one of the better trades of the day at 13.24. All right, 13.24 right here. Hold on. Is it this one? Oh, hold up. Thinking about a different trade then. This one was decent. I needed to add a little earlier. You guys will see my ad came in at 13.24. I'm in at 16 off the lows. The lows were around 07, so 16 is still kind of high, but volume ripping in. We're in, and we added 30. We should have added a 25. We sell the position at 16 at 35, and we sell the position at 30 at 42. Still a great trade, but we do have some losses afterwards right there, right? So anyhow, we had the false breakout. It pulls back and then it curls up. I think this is the false breakout candle that I also made money. Yeah, this was the one I'm thinking of. So we'll get there. We surge up on a huge red to green, which I don't think I'm able to capitalize super well on. Let's pull up the show trades. Did I get any trades on that green candle? My memory's all over the place. Let's see. So I'm in at 11. No, so this is a loss over, I believe, 2 trades. Well, a few trades actually. And this green candle I miss. So it surges up here essentially without me. And then, you know, so I basically missed this move, and then I start trading the pullback, watching for the 1 minute candle to make the new high. And again, this is where we kind of over traded. You know, this is not good. I will say this ultimately is not good. This is not good. This is, you know, 2 areas. We did it twice. Once, it shouldn't happen twice in a day. You know, once and then twice. If I'm scalping like this, it has to be because the stock is going higher and we're making money. I only caught 1 decent trade here, and it was on this move when we finally had the breakout, which, you know, went from about 480 to 509, and this was at 13.52. Everything else was basically paper cuts. You know, 13.52. I'm in at 85, out at 504 for about a, you know, 20-cent trade almost. But everything else in here is paper cuts. Like, look at this. In at 83, out at 80. In at 80, out at 79. You know, scratch trade. Small green here of 7 cents. Scratch trade. Small loss. Small win. You know, it's like, is these 2-3 cent trades worth it? The answer is no. It's just too much over trading. You know, small loss. Small. So, like, everything that you're seeing here is just me in and out, in and out, in and out. And all of it is in hopes to capture this move when it does happen. So commissions are free, right? That's the first thing I'll say here. Commissions are free, so I'm not really losing money. But all of it is to say is that I could be more efficient if I'm a little bit more patient for the more obvious areas when the volume starts to hit. Because if I do wait, when this volume came here, it was obvious that this was getting ready. And so I could have been in. I should have took more size, but it was fast. And, here's the breakout. All right. So we were net green throughout all of this, but, was all the trade necessary? No. And, essentially, let's see. It curled back up again. It got me thinking it was going to go. And the wedge here does fail. Right, there's a small wedge. It fails. And we take losses over here, which was not good. And, we went from up 800. This area here, along with SFR, was what put us from up 800 to basically down to up 600. And, again, this day was very hard-fought day, but it was much more smooth than Friday and Thursday of last week. In fact, I think if the momentum stays like this, if I can just, again, doing the dishes and then missing the front side of AM, which ultimately resulted in me being red, 176, I'm pretty sure I'd have been green on that stock, almost certain. And of course, UNCY watching at that halt, missing AZUL, and then on UNCY resumption, getting chopped out by just milliseconds, the stock coming down more. If we capture those areas, the day is a $1,800 day, 2K day, with just those trades. So, we'll be ready for tomorrow. That's all I can say. I can't wait. I'm always excited. It's the number one thing about trading that makes me so grateful and humble every day, is that I always see ways to improve. Some of it is timing, some of it you can't help, but ultimately, the frustration and these type of things I can control, and tomorrow I will control, and tomorrow I expect a better result for myself here, even if it doesn't mean a higher P&L, just, more fluidity in the trading, more efficiency in the trading. All right. So that's where I'm going to end the video. Of course, if you guys are interested in one of the best scanning platform in the game, be sure to check out Momo Pro. All right. That's the scanner that I use. The markets are closed right now, so in the high-low streams are off. But yeah, check out Momo Pro. This is what I use for all the hot stocks each and every day. All right. Once again, check out my comprehensive day trading course in MMU and the gold and silver options down below. Feel free to check out the curriculum as well. Right, you can walk through here step by step. And what we might do over time is add in the ability to do a trial period. Maybe we'll offer the first 2 chapters and maybe like a 7-day trial, just so people can check it out and what it, how it's structured. But yeah, feel free to check it out. Check out all the links down below, and be sure to join our chat room, which is completely free right now. Check out our chat room, man. A lot of posting is going on in here, a lot of call outs, a lot of good things. There's a few P&Ls. And so, Danny P, green, Crispy in the red today. Sir Clive, 9 to 5 kept me busy. How did you do? I think I did respond later on once I came back and saw the message. Yeah, guys, so, check out the Discord. This is where it goes down, right? It goes down. Today, we had about 20 people all at once in Gen 1. This is where we'll have an open floor discussion. And, people will have their mics muted. Some will have their mics on, and we'll be chiming back and forth, talking back and forth about, what we did, what we're looking at, different call outs. And it's a great place, good morale, good positivity, and also some screen sharing as well. All right, so that'll do it for the recap. Very in detail, very in-depth recap. This was necessary here. I believe going over all the detail. Sometimes there'll be shorter recaps of just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but on a day like today, it's necessary we go over everything. That way tomorrow when I come in, it'll be as smooth as butter. All right. So stay safe, stay green. It's been RT, your favorite YouTuber in the business. Hit that thumbs up button, stay relentless. And I am, of course, signing out.